Hello, my name is April Zocker, and today I would like to go over with you about why it is important to communicate in a relationship and two forms of communication, verbal and nonverbal. I would like you to ask yourself, what does my relationship need for me to be happy? First, we'll go over why it is important to communicate in a relationship. George Wood wrote an article this year titled, Lack of Communication in a Relationship. He states one of the most important aspects of a successful relationship is its effectiveness in communication on both parties. He goes on to explain that when there is lack of communication, couples tend to make hasty decisions and there can be doubt as to the loyalty of your partner. Wood also goes on to say, always try to resolve your problems yourself. A third-party person can only hinder the couples in trying to communicate. And finally he says, lack of communication is the first step towards a failed marriage. I can say, out of personal experience and frustration, that when there is no communication in a relationship, that the relationship will not last. I can also tell you that one person trying the hardest and the other is not willing or doesn't care hurts the relationship and destroys anything you might have had. I believe that in a relationship, lack of communications on both parties can cause problems. When only one is willing to work on things to make you both happy, the relationship will not work. I have now told you why it is important to communicate in a relationship. Let me tell you how to communicate in a relationship. We'll start with verbal. The Australian government in the Veterans Affairs Department wrote on relationships and communications. The article states many ways to communicate in a relationship, the first being talk to each other. This is one of the best forms of communication. As we all have been taught since we were little, I cannot read your mind. Meaning talk to each other, be clear, and make sure you listen. The article goes on to say, make your relationship a priority and make room in your relationship for differences. In the past, I have had wonderful relationships that have lasted for years because of verbal communication. We have gone over how to communicate verbally in a relationship. However, verbally is not the only form of communication there is. Lastly, I would like to go over nonverbal. Oprah magazine printed an article saying communication is not the only form of communication, and that sometimes people don't know how to communicate properly, and that it sometimes can cause more problems. They say, a touch can be worth 1,000 words. There are several ways couples can communicate without saying a word. A few of these are body posture, expression on one's face, eye contact, gestures, holding hands, and a kiss. I believe there is nothing better than a kiss to show how much you love somebody or how you feel about them. Nothing needs to be said. The feeling's all in the kiss, or the type of kiss. In conclusion, I believe there are consequences of not communicating in a relationship. Everyone needs to learn the partner and what works best for them. I was told by a reverend many years ago, you cannot only give 50% and expect your partner to give 50%. You both have to give 100% for it to last. So today I challenge you, try these forms of communication with your partner. If you're not sure how to start, try having your partner and yourself write 5 things on a piece of paper. These things can be fantasies, hopes, dreams, where you see yourself in 10 years. Ask yourselves, do you want different things? Can you communicate? Can you compromise? Can you both be happy and get what you want to be together? Be respectful of each other. Be honest and truly listen. I have gone over why it is important to communicate in a relationship, and I have gone over 2 forms of communication, verbal and nonverbal. My name is April Zocker, and I thank you for listening.